What is up, you guys? This is Elly Perez, your entrepreneurial hippie, and this is a self-love project. Road to Big Dub, Part 2. Y'all, thank you so much. My last video almost got 100 views. That's the most views I've ever gotten on any video I put on YouTube, so thank you so much for that. I love that people are actually watching these, they're enjoying them, people are giving me their opinions on it, and it's nothing but love, and I love it. Y'all, if you thought the last video was lit though, this video is about an interview that I conducted with holistic biologist Elly Jean. She is such a positive and amazing person, and I'm so honored to have been able to interview her. So keep it tight. Watch this interview and gather some of this amazing information that she has. At the end of the video, or I'll even make it even more simple, in the description down low, I'll put down all the information that we talk about in the interview so that you all can follow along and even do some stuff on your own after you watch the video. Again, much love, you guys. Almost 100 views. Like, I'm geeked up. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I love it. I love that people are watching these videos and actually enjoying them. Continue to watch them. It motivates me to keep pushing forward. And this is Road to Big Dub Part 2, Le Finale, with Le interview with Le Elly Jean. I don't know why I'm saying Le now, but hey, Le. Here goes the interview, y'all. What's up? Hey, what's going on, y'all? Elly Perez, your entrepreneurial hippie. And I'm here with Elly Jean. And she's a holistic biologist. We here at Big Dub cooling. She just had an event over at the pavilion, and let me tell you, it was some very good reminders on stuff that we talk about all the time. So thank you so much, for even taking the time to be able to talk, to be able to, share the same vision.
Yes, it's a blessing to have a same message, and we can work together and collaborate and spread this as far as we can. So thank you so much for having me.
Oh yeah. You enjoying Big Dub so far?
I am. It's a different experience when you're working and just spreading a message. So I'm not sitting here partying. This is the real work for me. It's beautiful. Yet there's been some amazing music and amazing shows, so I've definitely snuck some fun in.
Have to. You have to in an element like this.
Balance.
And this is basically the last day too.
Yeah.
This is the last day to get it in, Get all the fun in, all the energy, all the learning.
Yes, that deep work.
So I just had a couple of questions that I wanted to ask you, since we had a couple of minutes. So what would you say started your idea to start the project of coming to events and stuff like this, to be able to talk to people about how important self-love is and meditation?
So I wanted to be a doctor my whole life, and I was actually on fast track to med school since I was 15, and I had a lot of violent traumas happen in my life, and a lot of things psychologically that happened, and I turned to the medical system for support. And they put me on a lot of pharmaceutical medications that made my body very toxic, and I couldn't deal with the emotional symptoms in addition to already what I was going through emotionally. So I had to get off the pharmaceuticals and actually quit school because I wasn't agreeing with the medical system that's in place right now that puts so many people in a state of unawareness on pharmaceuticals. And I switched from that to trying to experiment with my consciousness, and I experimented with a lot of different drugs and a lot of different things that really I tried to make myself happy. I was looking for coping mechanisms. I was looking for things that made me feel good. I wanted to feel good.
Yeah.
We all wanted to feel good.
Definitely.
And that burnt my nervous system out. I cried. And I needed to then search for what true medicine was and how I was really going to heal myself in a sustainable way. And how I was going to feel good, not just for a moment, but feel good in my life.
Yeah,
and
lasting feeling.
Yeah, that lasting
happiness.
thing. So, I mean, I was brought everywhere from suicidal tendencies to hospitalization, and then to true medicine. And it was actually on that quest that I found meditation. I found Tara Brock, who is one of my spiritual teachers, and she's based in Maryland, and she does.
Maryland.
Yeah, she does these collective meditations on Wednesdays at a Unity Church in Rockville, and I started going to those, and she opened my mind up to the power of collective meditation, and pretty immediately I was presented with opportunities to teach the drugs and pharmaceuticals cut that off. And so once I opened that channel and really started to become clear in my own life, that channel opened up and my poetry started flowing, and I started feeling inspired, and so I started writing meditations, and then I was presented immediately with opportunities to go share them. And I had such an amazing, like surprisingly amazing turnout. I would have 50 people showing up at my meditations, like my first tries, and I was and honestly, I have people at Big Dub who have been there for me since the beginning, 4 years ago, who said, like, I've been not following you on social media, but I have been following your meditations, and I go where you go because they mean something to me.
Yes. That's what's up.
Yeah, so it's this process of being sick and trying to find medicine, true medicine, finding wellness, and in the process of finding wellness, I fell madly in love with myself.
And that's always the end goal. That's definitely the answer to all the questions. Like we were saying earlier, you know, like finding the answers within self.
Yeah.
And that's great though with the classes that you 50 people.
50 people. Yeah, and it's beautiful holding space for that many people who have the same intentions and who are just breathing and finding peace and finding a moment of loving themselves and loving the moment that they're in.
Oh
it's so powerful, and it's penetrating. You can feel the whole surface of the land that we were on, the whole area.
That's exactly how it felt up there during the class that you did today. Especially yesterday, we were sitting there meditating for like 45 minutes. That's the longest that I've ever been able to meditate. And you had mentioned it's because it's in a group atmosphere. Everybody is all working towards the same thing. The power of the mind is incredible.
Yeah, it truly is. It truly is.
Let's see. So, I'm a reader.
Yeah.
You know. So what books would you suggest to people who like to read about things that can give them, you know, their own answers to those things?
Yeah, I'm a reader too. I have a lot of books, and honestly, I have a lot of podcasts too. I kind of do the reading, the physical reading, and then the listening kind of reading where you're still absorbing the information. So
good for driving.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So as far as books, I really like Evolve Your Brain.
Your Brain.
Yeah, Joe Dispenza. He's an amazing neuroscientist. He's a chiropractor and has his PhD and has been studying the nervous system and consciousness. And he's incredible. Myss has a book called Sacred Contracts. And Sacred Contracts is a lot based on the archetypes of personality. Based a lot in Carl Jung's work. And she integrates it into energetics and spirituality in a way that he mostly focused on psychology. So it's that integration that I really appreciate from her and from him too. So those are some great books. As far as podcasts go, like YouTube, Kahn, he's an amazing teacher. He talks about the power of intention. His works are they're so deep, so profound. They're true channels, and he's so funny and so enjoyable to listen to. And then Hicks, if you want a smaller podcast, she does like a lot of 10, 15-minute videos that just puts you in a vibrational state of like, oh yeah, I'm aligned, I'm feeling it, I'm feeling good, I'm feeling love, like I love myself, I'm feeling like I'm intentional, and I'm centered and aligned with what I want. And so those would be my recommendations. Yeah.
That's what's like I said, those podcasts are definitely good to listen to while you're driving too, because that's open space, you know, like just that. You're getting from one point to another, but your mind is can be stagnant in moments like that. So it's always good to fill it with things like something useful, you know, like listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
So what are one of your beliefs of the power of meditation compared to pharmaceuticals, since we did talk about, you know, the difference between the two? So what would you say would be one of the most important or one of the most powerful things about meditation?
Yeah. So I think we're all looking for tools for how we can emotionally regulate and what tools do we have to empower ourselves in our lives. And what I have found is that pharmaceuticals is it's a crutch, honestly, we want something external to affect our internal environment. We're seeking externally for what answers lie within us. I'm not telling people to go out pharmaceuticals. I am telling you that not every situation can be solved with pharmaceuticals. And I think so readily our doctors are not spending enough time with us. They're not touching us where our pain is, and then they're giving us pharmaceuticals to say like, hey, don't do that inner work. Here's a pill. It's going to create symptoms. We'll have another pill for that. It creates a really vicious cycle, and it makes the body toxic. The body's not meant for that. We're evolved to be these self-sustaining organisms. Our body is miraculous and has an incredible ability to fully heal itself, constantly heal itself. You don't even have to think about it, it does it on its own. So what's really beautiful about meditation is that it taps into that inner world. It taps into your own inner resources, and it revitalizes the body-mind connection and the spiritual connection to the body-mind, so that we can draw upon the answers that lie within us and our own inner resources to create that healing that we need, create that balance that we need, create a state of homeostasis that we're all looking to thrive and be in. And meditation is a beautiful moment to create space for ourselves. Honestly, I think there's a lot of misconception about what meditation is and what the intention of meditation is.
Yes.
And it's not about stopping our thoughts. A lot of what it is about putting space between our thoughts so we can think more intentionally. It's about the quality of our thoughts versus the quantity of our thoughts. We're not focused on quantity of our thoughts.
Learning to silence the chattering monkey, right?
Exactly. Pharmaceuticals will oftentimes numb you out so much that you have no intention with your thoughts.
Very good.
Yeah, and the quality of our thoughts decrease. And it slows the thoughts down, so it feels like it's doing something, but the quality is compromised. Meditation will increase the quality of our thoughts as well as put space between them.
Right. Definitely have noticed that.
Yeah.
Definitely have noticed that. Because I know as a kid, like, I didn't even think it was possible for your thoughts to slow down. Like, I was like, what? Like, you're quiet your mind, I feel like you would just die. You know, like if you like, you know, as a kid.
Yeah, absolutely. It's the mind really likes to be the most important thing, and so it's like, hey, if you don't use me, it's dire. Life is ending if you don't use me. It's like, hey, I'm gonna use you, and I'm gonna use you intentionally. You don't get to run the show.
Right. It's all about learning that control over self.
Yeah, absolutely.
So what could you tell those who have never meditated before that could use as advice to start meditating, or if someone finds it difficult to meditate, what would you tell them?
Yeah, so meditation is a practice. You have to practice at it. You can't jump in and be meditating for half an hour. Honestly, it's hard to jump in and meditate for 10 minutes.
Right.
Also, if you're a very advanced meditator and you've taken a break for a while, you can't go back into meditating for an hour at a time or 45 minutes. It's hard. It's hard. You gotta start where you are. Honestly, if you can breathe intentionally for 30 seconds, that's something. That's good. That's a great start.
Yeah.
That's intentional. That's what matters. That's what matters is your intention. If you can build from that 30 seconds into a minute, you can build from that minute the next stage of 5, maybe 3, you know, maybe, and then over time you start to build your momentum so that you can jump into it. And if they say that it takes about 15 minutes to 20 minutes for the mind to slow down. So know that whenever you haven't gotten to that threshold of 15, 20, your mind's still going to be racing. You're still going to want to check your phone constantly. It's okay if you check your phone. You check what time it is. Like, how many times passed? Oh man, it's only been like 30 seconds since I last checked my phone. I'm going to put my phone down and try again. It's this,
right, being patient with yourself.
Yeah, being patient with yourself and not judging yourself. And just keep coming back. Just keep coming back. I encourage you to keep coming back, because they've actually shown a lot of research about, they studied monks. They put electrodes up to monks' heads and they were like, okay, what is the actual healing that's going on here? And what they noticed is that it's not actually the deep state of samadhi, the really slow brain waves, that is healing. What happens is that when the mind starts to wander, it's the act of coming back into presentness with the breath. That's what the healing is. The coming back to presentness with your breath. So don't judge yourself if your mind wanders. Just know healing comes whenever you come back to the present moment.
And would you say that would also help form discipline as well? Because it's forming and encouraging this form of discipline, not a discipline that's based in judgment. It's a discipline formed in and encouraging. Like, hey, I'm empowered. Like, I believe in myself, and I believe that I can do this, and I can keep going. And it does matter. The work that I do for myself, it matters. Yeah. That's what's up.
Yeah. And then it's fun to form the consistency in the habits, because it's fun for you. You've made it fun for yourself because you've encouraged yourself, instead of being like, hey, I judge myself
It feels a lot less heavy.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Yeah. That's what's up.
Power of neurolinguistics.
Yes, I love it. So what you got planned for the rest of Big Dub? Do you have any more events that you have planned?
I had 3 different workshops. I had Heal Thyself, which is how our belief systems can heal us, or they can keep us from healing. So how to restructure our belief systems and get in touch with what a belief really is and how it stems from our thoughts, and how beliefs affect our paradigms that we live in. And then I had a meditation, which was called Tripping on the Mind. It was about how we can create these vivid, meaningful experiences, these rather mystical experiences in our own world, and not seek externally for those things, which was really fun.
That was yesterday.
Yeah, we had about 40 people come, and it was a lot of fun.
Super sweet.
Yeah. And then today was the neuroscience of self-love, and this is a message that I've been collaborating from all of my teachers and all the people that I've been learning and researching about, and it's really about how our nervous system wires based on what our thoughts are, based on what our intentions are, and that affects our physiological body. And then that physiological body, those are emotions that we feel. That actually was a little angel that kissed you.
Oh, nice. I wasn't sure what it was at first, but I was just like, hey.
Yeah, so our emotions are based on the chemicals and hormones released from our thoughts and released from our nervous system. And based on our emotions that we feel, we express those using our words and our behaviors. And our words and behaviors form our beliefs and perceptions. And really how we can start rewiring our nervous system to go for thoughts that are healthy and whole and well, because that changes our self-talk in our mind so that we can create intentionally in the world around us. So that was a really beautiful workshop. So those were the 3 messages that I really had. The rest of the time I've really been holding Sanctuary down, so it's a safe space here at Big Dub. If anybody needs a place to go to kind of chill out and get away from all the stimulus, they have a place to go. It's also a place for people who are in altered states of mind, who have been on substances and they're just not having a comfortable time. They can come and go, and we understand what's going on. There's no judgment about it. There's no trouble about it, but we have a safe space for them to go. And being very vulnerable in that state of mind, and having somebody who really knows and pays attention to the words that they use and the way that they interact with you, so that you're safe.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's demanding. It's really rewarding.
Missions on missions.
Yeah, missions on missions. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of work to be done here, but there's some place sunk in. Yeah.
Well, thanks again so much for your time. Any information that you would want to give to people, if there's like a newsletter that you want to send out, or if you have website links or anything like that, we'll put that down low.
Cool.
Under the under the video.
Yeah, absolutely. I am starting a newsletter, and I'm going to be sending out a lot of the different topics that I'm learning about, all the research that I'm doing, and citing all of the teachers that I have, because I have such a high amount of respect for my teachers, and I would love for everybody to get in contact with them and hear their messages as well, and the way that they explain things. Everybody resonates with what different people say, so yeah, please contact me. I'll have my email below.
There you go.
Yeah, so thank you so much for having me on. I really appreciate what you're doing and spreading a message of self-love. And it's so important and it's so needed. And I really think that the way that we spread our message loudly, it affects so many. And we're creating positive changes in this world.
Yeah.
And I believe in what you're doing. I'm grateful for you.
Thank you. I'm grateful for you. All right. Much love. Till next time, y'all. We're out.